What up, Buzz? You tapped in? Okay, Goose, you tapped in too? All right, Chicago, y'all tapped in? All right, boys, let's crack 'em. Feel like Mike in the fourth with the ball in my hands and I'm taking a shot. I'm the king in the madhouse on Madison, whether I make it or not. Now the crowd going crazy, they watching the play and I'm watching the clock. Got my shot in the air and the buzzer go off and I'm watching it drop. This team did things, MJ shot City 6 rings. D-Rose too big, too fast, too strong, history. And we good on that, put Jilla on the track and we good on whack. 3, 2, 1, everybody say Bulls on tap, Bulls on tap. Our city pretty and gritty. Benny the bull in the crowd getting hyper and litty. Me, I'm so drippy, it's slippery, nothing offends me. Banners on banners, we winners. We got the stats in the news. Go and subscribe, hang out with Buzzy and Goose. Tapping with us, we the truth. Jilla just murdered the booth.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bulls on Tap. Goose has disconnected as soon as the show started. Can't make that up. Before we get into this one, the Bulls win. Okay, they don't win. They lose. They win the shittiest performance of the night award. I'll give him that for not showing up to the game tonight, taking the night off. I'm on 2 screens at one time. He'll be back eventually, all right? Sue us. The football game's on, beers are flowing, and it's 46 degrees in my basement. You guys see that? 46 degrees in my basement. Before we get in this episode, be sure to go on TapSportsNet.com for all your Chicago sports, literature, and podcasting needs. Following us on Twitter at Bulls on Tap and on Tap Sportsnet. Following Goose at Goose on Tap and me at Buzz on Tap. Goose is back now. In my whole intro, you did it. You threw it off on me. And now you're muted, too, on top of it. You're a mess.
You know what, sir? You said we were going to make it a quick show. I just wanted to get it over.
You wanted to show everybody your face and just get the fuck out of here?
Yeah, you said we were going to be quick. That's as quick as I can be.
We are going to be quick. So, I mean, my whole spiel, you know where to follow us on X. You know where to do the podcast thing where you subscribe to it, whatever. And then subscribe to YouTube, too. That's very important. All right. Bulls come out. They lay an egg tonight against Cleveland. I fucking hate Cleveland. But, hey, man, they showed up. We didn't. They hit like 8 threes in the first quarter. Completely went haywire on the Bulls. Bulls made a little bit of a run to try to get this into a game.
Into the fourth.
Yeah.
And then Kobe had a few turnovers, 7 in total tonight, but a few timely turnovers. We kind of saw the reverse Kobe, the Kobe of old, the one that concerned us tonight. Zach had an efficient night, shot 50% from the floor. DeMar, kind of quiet for himself. Less than 10 field goals on the night. Not really characteristic of him. But no, I mean, I think if I read correctly, Cavs took more 3-point attempts tonight against the Bulls than any other team previously this season.
Yeah, they took 57 threes against the Bulls. They hit 20 of them for 35% tonight. The crazy thing, too, is it was a very low free throw game. The Cavs hit all 11 of their free throws. The Bulls went 12 for 16 from the free throw line. Interestingly enough, Zach LaVine, Nikola Vucevic, and DeMar DeRozan did not get to the line tonight.
Not once.
None of them.
DeMar is obviously the most surprising.
I agree with that. I mean, Vooch gets there, about 3 times a game, 4 times a game, or something like that. But I mean, I thought DeMar would be that's kind of wild. I mean, DeMar had a terrible.
That's his bread and butter.
Right. Well, he had a terrible game. He took 8 shots tonight. He had 6 points, 6 boards, 3 assists, 2 steals, and a block. He was minus 17. Do you
think that has any correlation with what day it is? The availability of being traded? Do you think that's looming over this team still, despite the recent success and some fans potentially being convinced, and maybe this front office being convinced that this is a playoff-worthy team, which for me tonight was once again proven not to be the case definitively. The Cavs have been playing very well as of late, even without Darius Garland and a lot of the injuries that they have going on with this team. But you just played a team that's kind of in the similar tier to you. They're not in the top tier of your division, or your conference, but they are kind of supposed to be in the tier that you're in, and they just shellacked you without 2 of their best players.
Well, yeah, I mean, in fairness to the Bulls, I mean, they strang together, what were they winners of? 5 of, or 4 of like 5 They were doing all right. They've turned a corner. You play bad games every once in a while, but I think the most important thing here is kind of what you said, is the shellacking, and why I actually agree with what you said, even though I gave them credit. When Cleveland wanted to turn it up, they turned it up and ran away. And it was very fucking apparent, at least to me. It wasn't like a game of runs. It was like Cleveland took their foot off the gas to see if a spirit was broken. And then when the little comeback ensued there in the third going into the fourth, they turned it on. And then it was game over. That quick. So, there's nothing new about this.
Also a team that's been pretty heavily in the trade rumors, whether it's Mitchell or Garland or any of their, role players. It's not like they're not in a similar situation to the Bulls. So to have that kind of continuity and to be able to turn it on while you're missing two of your stars the way that they did tonight against a Bulls team that was not shorthanded, that is finally back to full strength and through their minutes restrictions and all that stuff, kind of disappointing. Like you got your team back to full strength. You're riding a heater. You're supposed to be confident. Zach LaVine saying how we're winning and there's nothing better than that. And that's all that matters right now. And even though most of us feel that that's just a line of crap, at the same time, it's not wrong. We were winning. Things were feeling good for the most part. And then the last two games here, just not really the same vibes. So where do you go? Everybody's available to be traded now. Is Zach LaVine playing because nobody wanted him to the point where he was like, all right, well, I got to play basketball for this team because that's what I do for a living. And nobody else wants me on their team at a price that I'm going to get traded for. So I'm stuck here. Did Zach LaVine start playing basketball before January 15th because the Bulls decided they weren't going to get a deal done?
Well, there's a report. There's a report that came out by, who was it? Windhorst? I think it was Windhorst. He said that, and a lot of people in Bulls Twitter got mad about it. Hilarious. A lot of people praised it, but it said that the Bulls could have trade him in 5 minutes. They would do it. Something along those lines. Did you see that today?
I did not see that today.
So, it's nothing that we don't know. The current product is, even though Bill Simmons says that, they're in the top 6, I disagreed then. I disagree now. I know it's just one game. I understand all that.
It's more than one game. We're talking about the one game that we watched.
I'm sorry. It's one game after Zach bought in and they won 4 of 5 and everybody bought back in.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Two of those 4 were against the Charlotte Hornets.
But it said the Lakers will not be trading for him. I saw someone say that too, that the Lakers are not interested.
As much as that breaks my heart, it does kind of break my heart because if the Lakers aren't interested in Zach LaVine, who is interested in Zach LaVine? That's
exactly what I was going to ask you because I honestly don't know. Detroit is making some weird moves over there. They could be looking to pair some vets with some of these young guys. I love how, don't get me wrong, I cannot stand anybody in the division. Like, fuck Cleveland. We played them tonight. Fuck them. I can't stand Indiana. I can't stand Milwaukee. I can't stand Detroit.
What's kind of funny about this to me? Didn't Ben Gordon go to Detroit?
He did.
Chicago?
Yeah, he did. He got a big contract to go to Detroit. He left after the 2009 playoffs. And then it'd been really nice to have Ben Gordon instead of Keith Bogans.
Yeah, it would have been. It would have been, but not for the price that he got.
We might be talking about some different shit if that were the case.
Well, either way, I just find it a little ironic.
I always want to talk about what makes me happy, and then we get to the injury, and then I get sad, and then I just realize where I'm at now and how fucking fast 12 years has gone by in a blink of an eye. But Detroit is rumored to be making some moves. I know Marvin Bagley was just moved. I don't know what that would look like. Yeah, they moved him yesterday. You put me on the spot. I know he moved, but I forget where off the top of my head because I have 3 kids and I'm fucking tired all the time. So give me a break.
I was actually going to tease you about it tonight. I was going to be like, the Bulls play early. Buzz can't get on because he's putting the kids to bed. The Bulls play late. Buzz is in bed because he's old. It's got to be that sweet spot. If they're not on at 7:00, there's going to be complications.
Yeah, I used to love the 6:00 games, especially when they were little because they had that earlier bedtime, But now they want to mingle and
mingle.
Yeah, they want to hang out and fucking watch what I'm watching, which I love. That don't get me wrong, it's the best part of my day, But I gotta watch the Bulls. I gotta talk about it. I'm legally obligated. All right, he went to the fucking he went to the Wizards, man. So Marvin Bagley went to the Wizards and then went to the Pistons where Mike Muscala and Danilo Gallinari.
Did they get a pick?
Yeah, 2 second-round picks. So The Pistons gave away 2 second-round picks to get rid of Bagley and Isaiah Livers, if I'm saying that right. I don't even know what the fuck that is. He's not on my radar.
What?
Yeah. That was the trade. I didn't understand it yesterday because, but everybody's low on Bagley.
But I just don't. If you're giving away seconds to get rid of that's backwards.
The landscape is changing, my friend. The landscape is changing.
You don't. Okay.
It's a bad trade. I mean, I actually like it for. I like it for
the Wizards. I like it for Bagley.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how the fit with Kuzma will be, but Washington seems to be a place where young talent can get opportunities right now. Although Detroit should also be the same thing. So I don't know. Maybe Bagley.
The problem with Detroit is they have so much young talent that they ran out of fucking rotational minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's true. Their big rotation is a little heavy.
It was jam packed. I mean, what are you gonna? You got a guy like Jalen Duren over there. You got James Wiseman.
Seconds to get rid of him.
Isaiah Stewart. They have a lot of bigs.
They do. No, it's kind of insane how many bigs they have. But
it really is.
I don't understand that one.
Yeah, they weird.
You just got more bigs back. You got Mike Muscala and Danilo Gallinari. Like, what do you didn't accomplish anything?
That's very true. I mean, but it's veterans though.
You gave away second-round picks to get veterans that don't even really play basketball for other teams anymore, and gave away young talent in the process. It doesn't like.
I just want to think. I want them to think they're doing a good job, so they continue to do stupid shit.
They could have done a good job and included Marvin Bagley and James Wiseman for Andre Drummond and Zach LaVine. You could have brought Dre home, and things would have been all hunky dory and merry and good for the culture. And added Zach LaVine. I don't know. It
was a shitty trade. It was a shitty trade.
That was salary that we needed for a Zach LaVine trade, and now it's Mike Muscala and fucking Danilo Gallinari.
Some amazing shit right there. And then, all right, man, we know the football game's on. Tampa Bay is currently up 16-9 on Philly. You hate to see it, which means I love to see it. Goose, next game for the Bulls is on the 18th, which today is the 15th. So what is that, Thursday? Wow. Thursday on TNT. Yeah, Thursday.
TNT Bulls are back, eh?
Yes, against the Raptors. Another team looking to make some moves and tear it out.
How is this game still on primetime? Although I guess, I don't know. I mean, RJ Barrett returns to Canada.
Oh, yeah. I mean, dude, he's been pretty decent for them, too. I mean, I
like RJ. That's the thing. All these teams are trading players that should have been traded for Zach LaVine. RJ Barrett should have been traded for Zach LaVine. Not that I'm extremely disappointed.
Man, you are fucking going hard about trading. You just want them gone. You want them get gone.
Like you said, Windhorst said in 5 minutes the Bulls would move him. I want in 5 minutes by 9 o'clock. I want Zach LaVine on a new team.
I bet that doesn't happen. But we'll take.
I would bet that too.
They can't find anybody to take him. He's the best superstar nobody wants. I mean, you know what I mean? Are we two halves of a whole idiot here? Am I hearing it right? Nobody wants him.
Nobody wants.
You have to attach assets to get rid of him.
I mean, we just heard Marvin Bagley needed 2 second-round picks attached to him to get moved for 2 veterans. So maybe I just don't understand the market at all.
You're growing out of the market. We don't understand stupidity.
No, I mean, and we do understand the market. We've been in this situation with Zach since before he signed the contract. Even when he was on a $20 million deal, it was like he has more value to this team than he does to any other team. I keep coming back to Stephen A. Smith is probably right. And I hate to think that it's the truth, but we're going to have to trade DeMar and Caruso and everybody else and just keep LaVine and ride it out.
Fucking ride it out. That's what we're going to do. That's our closing thoughts. Ride it out.
Ride it out. Sell everybody but LaVine and ride out this contract. I don't know. That's kind of feeling what the conclusion is coming to. And Zach's smiling and Zach's playing and he's not even playing bad. And that is the trick, is taking nothing for a guy of his talent is stupid too. You can't just trade him to trade him. Because as much as he's not that dude, he's still a better dude than most other dudes.
That's true.
You know?
He's a better dude than. What a fucking bar to have, huh? That's a good bar for your franchise. Might not be that dude, but he's better than some dudes. The fucking story of the Chicago Bulls. Fucking A right. All right, everybody go watch the football game. We know it's playoff football. Everybody wants to go watch the playoff football. So enjoy the night watching that. Sucks the Bulls lost. We'll see you on Thursday after the Bulls take on the Raptors on TNT. Let's go Bulls. Fuck you, Chai.